This is my story of how I found out I was pregnant. Paisley's making a lot of noises in the background, so bear with me. We're gonna try to get through this. Okay, so as you can tell, this is me talking about my little pregnancy journey. More like how I found out I was pregnant with this little booger. So it started out literally like April Fool's Day. I don't know how, but my mom was like, "You're getting a pregnancy test." And I was like, "I don't need to." I was convinced that I was not. I was like, "There's no way, it's not possible." When it was very much possible. Me and my ex did not, we were not careful, to say the least. That was April Fool's Day. And we just talked about it. And I was like, whatever. And I thought my mom was joking with me. And then the next day we go to, I think it was Food Lion. We were in either Food Lion or Walmart, one of the two. And she walks sneakily, so that my grandma doesn't know, goes to get a pregnancy test for real. Ooh, give me a minute. So she goes to get a pregnancy test for real and checks out while we're still shopping. And we go through our whole shopping adventure. We, drive home, come home. I had plans to go see my cousin that night, get drunk, live it up. As soon as we got home, my mom had me take that test. And she came in the bathroom with me because she was like, "Girl, I bought the test and I know you are. Let me come in." I was like, okay. So she's eating my shoulder. She loves to do that. So I sit down and I take the test. And then I'm scared, so I put it face down on the table. It did not need that long at all, let me tell you. We looked at it, and that test was 110% positive. That was my Hazley. But I had no idea at the time. I was freaked out. I looked down and I'm like, that's a very blue line. Like, they were very blue. They were thick. They were prominent. Like, I was definitely pregnant. There was no saying this is a false negative. No, it was positive. And I took two. I took two just in case. Because I don't know. I was freaking out, y'all. Like, my mom was rambling about how she'll help me through this. We can figure this out. We'll do this. Or if I don't want to do it, I don't have to. I'm so glad I did. And then I think I was just in so much shock. I don't really fully remember my entire reaction. I wish I recorded it. Because I recorded past times where I thought I was, but this time I didn't record because I did not think that I was. I always wish that I did record it, but it's okay. Not every good moment gets recorded, and I'm kind of glad it didn't get recorded. It was a crazy moment. But she likes to try to headbutt me, and I just have to be quicker. She's a hard one to manage. I'm kidding. So yeah, mom knew I was pregnant before I even knew. I don't know how, because, girl, are you in my body? She was right. I was wrong. I was pregnant. That was 100% sure. So that's how I found out. After I found out, I immediately went into my room and just kind of like tried to process it. I don't really remember crying or anything. I don't know. I was in so much shock. I kind of blinked. Not gonna lie. But I went in my room and I was just like, I'm gonna die. Like, I can't do this. This is not real. I'm going to die. I was panicked. I was scared to tell my dad. I was so scared. That was who I was most scared about, my dad. Which ended up being, okay, I'll do another story time on how I told my family and everything, but my mom just kept checking on me and giving me my space at the same time. When I talked to my dog, I was like, Lexi, you're gonna be a big sister. And that was when I was finally like, okay, I guess this is happening. Lexi, you're gonna be a big sissy. You're gonna be a big sister. You're my first baby. You always were. She's looking at me like, what? Like, this is real and I'm gonna go through with it. Obviously, I was always gonna go through with it, but I definitely thought of every option because I was terrified. But how could I ever not have you in my life? You're my baby. So after I went and talked to my dog and relaxed in my room, I went on a ride on the golf cart, and I mean, I loved doing that. I did that almost my whole pregnancy. So when it's warm out, we're gonna do that. I was still in shock very much because you could tell, like, I was just like, I'm on the golf cart, I'm driving, and I'm pregnant. I'm driving around on the golf cart, and I'm a mom. Like, that's just not right. I'm pregnant. I'm pregnant. This isn't life. It wasn't real yet. It was like, this is crazy. This is not my life. Like, it was crazy. But I did accept it. I did want this. I just didn't know it at the time. I was very terrified, and it came at a time in my life when I was not okay. I was smoking, drinking, partying every night, which was fun, but it was not good for me. I was not in a very good headspace, and I was in a relationship that I loved at the time because I'd pretty much wanted it since I was a little girl with this person, but it was not healthy for either of us. We were just not good with each other. But we made a beautiful baby out of it, so that's amazing. Baby feet! That's pretty much how I found out I was pregnant. My mom. There you go. And I wouldn't trade any of this for the world. This is my world. My next couple of videos are going to be about how I told my family. And also, might post a video after this about my pumping situation because I'm trying to pump and I need some tips on how to build my supply. So I'm going to make a whole video on that. But if you have any tips, let me know. So yeah, that is how I found out. Thanks for watching, I guess.